This is a warning ahead of this video for anybody who does not want the magic of magic to be spoiled, to be ruined. If you just want to enjoy the magic, then don't watch this video. A few videos back, I dropped a playing card through a glass table. The glass did not affect the playing card. It went straight through the glass and landed on the floor. And in this video, I'm gonna explain how I did it, exactly how I did it, so that you can do it too. But be warned, if you don't want magic spoiled, this is the video that's gonna do it. So just be aware. If I was on your side, I wouldn't watch this video. I'm the kind of person, when someone shows me a magic trick that blows my mind, I try to stop thinking about it and I walk away because I don't want to figure it out, because I want to remain and I want to keep hold of that magic feeling for as long as possible. So as soon as it's explained, you lose something. So this is just a quick warning before we get into this video. I am Daniel Madison, and this is a very different version of card through glass. So the video that I put up about a year ago, maybe 6 months ago, called Breach Card Through Table. If you look in the comments section of that, what led a lot of people to that video was a trick, a very short video of a man at a zoo penetrating a glass window with a playing card for a monkey, and the monkey was amazed. And I'm sure any magicians watching this who have seen that will know how he did that. Not my place to explain, not anyone's place to explain. That's the beauty of deception. Don't go spoiling it for those people who don't know, because it's one of those things that they love so much. They're trying to figure it out. I mean, we don't want it to be a puzzle, but a lot of the comments you see, they believe it's real magic, which is bonkers. So with the strangers, you get a duplicate. So in the Black Strangers, I've got 2 King of Diamonds, which is how I achieved this. And my idea, which was been in my mind for a while, is to take a playing card, drop it to the glass, and it falls to the floor as if the glass isn't even in the way. So when I filmed it for the Strangers trailer, it was very much an experiment. It was very much experimental, but then it became a real thing. And since then, people have been begging to know how I did it. And the reason I mentioned that this is going to be a philosophical and psychological, or begin a philosophical and psychological debate, is because, like I said, I'm not just opening those curtains, I'm ripping them down so you can see exactly what's happening. So I'm going to put this camera in a very unfortunate position, at least for me. Here, and we'll put the focus on the deck that's already there, because this is where the glass is. This camera should see me just fine. And I have 2 playing cards. And Charlie, I'm very clean. This is going to seem a little bit weird, but when you do it, when you try this and when it works, you'll be thankful that you did it. You're going to need to lick the back of one of these playing cards, but at a very specific time, because this trick is about editing. This is an editing trick, surprise, surprise. Because as far as I know, as far as I've been able to discover, you can't drop a card straight through glass unless the glass itself is gimmicked. And in this case, this is real glass, and I've created this glass table here for a trick I'm working on, which is an entire deck through glass, which will be a different version of what I'm about to show you. So the camera's there so that you can see the card fall through. Now I have to do a few things. I have to, one, get this hand out of the way, get my right hand out of the way. I need to drop the subject card, the King of Diamonds, face down. I'm going to put a little bevel to it like this, just a tiny bevel like this. This just helps me with my aim when I drop the playing card, so I can drop it as close to that camera lens as possible. And you don't want to be up here. I think that looks too far away. Helps if the table isn't clean too. Helps to prove that it is glass, because some people might suspect that there isn't even glass there, which is an option, by the way. So I'm going to hold this card here, and I'm going to have this card on standby somewhere very easy, which allows me to keep completely still apart from getting hold of this playing card. So I'm going to keep it right here where none of the cameras can see it. Now I'm going to hold this card here and step up to the table, hold this card here, drop, and I'm going to keep completely still. This hand, my left hand, has to stay exactly where it is right now as I slowly take out the duplicate. I'm going to bend it outwardly like this, and then I'm going to lick, I apologize for this part, I'm going to lick the back of the card, and I'm going to stick it to the glass directly underneath the King of Diamonds. I'm not going to press it too hard, and then I'm going to quickly take this King of Diamonds away, put my hand back by its side, and just wait in this same position. As soon as that King of Diamonds falls, and I can see when it's going to fall because there's a wetness from where I've licked it that's slowly moving away from the card, so I can tell when it's going to fall. As soon as it falls, my left hand that's just dropped the card is going to change position. Then I'm going to react, move down to the table. This helps with the edit. So Charlie, this is the moment where you realize that Santa Claus does not exist. So I'm using Final Cut on the MacBook, the latest version of Final Cut. And I'm gonna record the screen to begin with. We're gonna go back to the point where just before I drop the card, so leading up to the table where I drop the card, I'm gonna splice, I'm gonna cut everything here, and I'm gonna slowly move along, and then I'm gonna stop as soon as it hits the table. I'm gonna stop here and splice again. So I've got this nice little section here. So this is what we're looking at. This is the first part of the move. Now I need to cut the middle bit out, me licking and then sticking the card underneath the table moments before that card drops through the glass, and merge them together so it looks like it all happens at once. So let's find that point in Final Cut where the card actually falls, and I think it was quite far down, and I just found it. So we'll go back, we'll be generous, we'll go back a little bit here, and then to the fall, and to the end. So I'm now going to copy those two chunks that I cut out. So one, I'm going to put here, that's the last part. We're going to go back to that other chunk that I cut. Which is here. I'm going to copy that out. And I'm going to put that in front of the bit where it goes through. Now if I just play it through now, just normal, without any editing, you see a card drop, the lighting changes, my body changes, my body language. So that's where the tricky part comes in. That's where the editing, and it's right at this point here. So these 2 points have to look like they meet at the same moment. So I have to find that point where the card hits the glass. So I'm going to zoom all the way in. And it is right there. So I'm going to chop everything afterwards, and see if that looks any better. Nope, because of the second part. So the second part, I need to do the same thing. I need to find the moment, the exact moment where that card falls. And that is going to be here. So again, splice, cut, get rid of that middle part, and play it again. Now the card itself looks like it goes through, but there's a lot going on around it. There's a light change, body language change, and I think I wasn't as lucky this time as I was the first time around. But again, there's a pause moment where the card hits the table before it falls. So you see the card stop, and you don't want to see the card stop. So you've got to be very delicate in where you next edit. So I'm going to go 1 frame away on the other side. I'm going to go 1 frame back. In fact, you can hear it. So where you hear it land, which is right there, that's where we're going to cut. But I think it might be nice to keep that sound in there. So we'll do that too. So it looks like it goes through. But obviously, look around either side, and because it took so long for that card to fall from the glass on the other side, my only light is daylight. So you know, standing there for 15 minutes, the daylight's going to change, obviously. So my next job is to make sure there's kind of a color match, and it's all about brightness, really, contrast and brightness, because otherwise everything else is pretty much all right. I think my hand changes position, my head moves back a little bit, but we can deal with this. And bear in mind, for me, I was very lucky. I consider myself very fortunate when I did it the first time. I was in the exact same position and it worked the first time. Had it not, I would have done this take after take after take. I would have done 100 takes until I got it right. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that in this video because this is the explanation, but that's what it takes. So I'm gonna see how good I can make this. So leave me for a few minutes while I edit, and then I'll show you the final results in a few seconds. Charlie, I'm gonna give myself the freedom to be sympathetic. This didn't work perfectly this time, but it doesn't matter because all the point I wanted to make was to show you how I did it. And if you wanna do it, you might just be as lucky as I was with one take when the first time round, which I'm gonna play after the edit that I've just done. But let me explain a few things. To improve or to hide the deception, I've made it more suspicious, which is dangerous, by adding kind of special effects and overlays. So we've got a little bit of Ken Burns in there, so the camera looks like it's moving towards or away from the card as it falls down, so it falls down with the camera. I've made it black and white. I've added a few special effects on there, vignette, projection, a tiny bit of bad TV, just a number 2, and then raster, just a 1. Now all these things make it a little bit glitchy, a bit edgy, something that you could possibly get away with. But even with all these things and all these attempts and everything that I tried, it didn't come out smoothly. But at least I got to rip down that curtain and show you everything exactly how I did it. So I'm going to play you the finished version of the one that we've just done, followed by the version from the first video, the first time that we did it wrong, and then we'll talk on the other side of that. Little bit of guilt that follows me with this video because I consider this kind of video straight up exposure. This isn't really a lesson, this is just exposing video editing. But one thing that I do hope is that it strikes up a conversation, because I'm gonna ask in the comments section what your opinion is, what your thoughts are on this kind of revelation, this kind of peeking through those curtains or completely ripping them down and exposing magic, the exposure of magic. My channel is dedicated to teaching magic. I'm a teacher, I'm a guide, I'm a mentor, I'm a guru of magic, and I do my best to never ever expose anything I only ever want to teach. The guilt that follows me on this is the fact that it was, let's say, as impure as it possibly could be, because it was all about video editing. Now let me make one point before we finish this video. Because my theater is this screen, I call it the digital theater, and everything is fair game. Doesn't matter if it's pure, doesn't matter if it's video editing, and anything between. All that matters is the tattoo, Ut Cum Quae, from Bill Kalush. Bill, thanks by any means necessary. So although this isn't one of my favorite videos, it was a promise that I made to share with you exactly how I got that card through the glass table, and there you go. So I'm gonna leave a question in the comment section, and I want to engage with you to find out how you feel about the whole idea of being on both sides of the digital theater. On your side watching me, on my side presenting for you, whether this is fair or unfair, and all the rest. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. If you use anything of mine, if you use this, if you try this and it works well, hashtag Daniel Madison, I'd appreciate that, so that I can go and check out what you're doing, if you're doing it correctly, if there's any advice that I can offer. As always, all my videos, I give them away for free right here on YouTube. All I ask is that you subscribe. There's an extended version of this video, of most of my videos, over at Patreon, over at the Alliance. I'll leave a link in the video description. If you want to be a part of the crew, go and click on that link. But for now, I am Daniel Madison. See you next time.